time to wake up in Provincetown.
Good morning, everybody. Wake up.
Wake up, wake up.
In Provincetown. This week featuring
Wake up, wake up.
Can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up.
Make it strong, please. Hey. Oh. Hey.
Wake up, wake up.
Oh. No, really, can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up.
The sound of no sound. Mark is online.
Yeah, this is, and this is why we need that grant money.
Patricia, this one's for you.
Yeah, you can hear?
Can you?
You can hear now? Okay. Great.
Are we on?
Bob, do you still have your microphone?
Yeah. Is it working?
Oh my God, now I'm gonna get. Oh.
Oh, great.
Oh my God.
Oh, so now it's
Yours is
working?
on?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah,
Can you hear
my
me?
mic is on. Can you hear us?
Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear us now?
It's more important than you hear me than you hear Bob.
No, that's not more important.
It is more important. Can you hear Mark
Are
too?
you
Oh my God, we
watching
got
it?
the
Can you
sound
hear us?
working.
Oh,
Who was the person that did that?
Sam.
Sam called from
Puerto
Mexico,
Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta, which is a place, and she called in. So hi, I'm going back. Hi.
Is this happening now?
All right.
Great. You guys, it's Friday, November 1st. This is Wake Up in Provincetown. I don't think we've ever started this late.
All right, calm down.
9:20.
Sorry about that, folks. Look, Sam is away, and we thought we had it under control, and this, and we don't. And Harrison has stepped behind the desk, our production desk, to make the show work.
As it turns out, we can't do anything without Sam.
Yeah,
So,
as
Sam,
everybody knows.
we miss you. We love you. Thank you for calling in and helping us fix this problem. Let's get down to brass tacks.
Yeah, what are those brass tacks?
How was your week? Quickly.
You know what? I had no week. Bob, how was your week?
You didn't have a week?
Nope.
What do you mean?
I slept here. 6 days ago. I just slept on that couch, and here I am.
For ever since Monday?
Yeah.
Ever since Friday?
Ever since Friday.
Are the Dune tours finished?
The Dune tours are wrapped up, I think, this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was done last week.
You
so
don't have any more.
I don't have any more, no.
All right.
So I just did some gardening stuff that I had to do. Lots
Mhm.
of clients saying, cut everything down. And if you are a gardening person or a professional gardening person, you listen to your clients even if they're wrong. Because plants should die, especially here, they should die when there's a frost.
Uh-huh.
And then you cut them down. But if you cut them too early and then we have 60-degree days, then they regrow.
Uh-huh.
And then we get a frost and that new growth gets killed off. And then the plant gets stressed. So folks, especially if you're not here all the time, just let the garden die off and let us do our jobs.
Nobody needs a stressed plant.
No one.
I hate the sound of
Oh
that.
my God.
Bugs
Yes, bugs.
hibernate in the empty.
Yeah, and birds
opera
eat the
gloves?
seeds.
What do you do?
No,
What is this?
in the stalks. The stalks, yeah. So leave the plants for the bugs and the bees and the things, and try to just let nature take its course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for letting nature take its course. Speaking of letting nature take its course, it's November 1st. Does that mean clamming begins today?
It does, but I think the tide is terrible.
The tide is terrible.
Yeah, the tide is terrible for today. So, it'll be dark.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want it, you could go at like 5 o'clock, but
What about on Sunday?
Sunday will be better.
Yeah.
No? Yes, maybe. I don't know. Clamming.
Clamming. Ethan's actually listening. We're talking about clamming.
Did you get your license, Ethan?
You do have to.
You have to have
yeah.
a license.
You can go
It's
on the town's
$15.
website. You pay $15 for your recreational shell fishing license, and then you can go clamming all winter long, once a week.
And you have to do it through the website. I tried to go pay in cash at town hall the other day, and they're like, no,
They don't take it there.
website. And but the
Um,
website says you can pay it in cash.
also, normally parking on the street would be free by now. It is not. The town is doing paid parking until Monday.
Oh, they're trying to get every last bit of that Spooky Bear money. So here's something. Spooky Bear is super popular. Did you think you were at Tea Dance? I was at Tea Dance.
I was at tea yesterday.
Did you think, oh, we have a clip of Tea Dance.
We do?
Yeah, let's show you how many people were at Tea Dance on a Thursday. People took 2 extra days off from work to come to town for Spooky Bear. Show that clip. I didn't.
Who did?
Just a friend of mine that I was with. But that's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
So that's a lot of people.
That was a lot of people. But I mean, it was actual Halloween, so of course it was busy.
Yeah, but I just thought it would be towny busy. I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't think all of these people, I've never seen before in my life,
Right.
came to town. They took off Thursday. They took off Friday. They are here like for the whole weekend. I just thought, wow, who would do that? I love the gays.
The
They're
gays
committed
from all over.
to Halloween.
Yeah.
So speaking of commitment, though,
Yeah.
if we are going to invite thousands of people to come here and spend money in this last ditch, thing, like maybe some banners on the street for Halloween, like orange, they would go through Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Maybe like some sort of, other than what the venues have put up, which is inflatables mostly, sorry. I mean, like do a little bit more creative Halloween stuff if we're going to, because after a while people will be like, why would I go there and spend all that money
Mhm.
just to see someone else dressed as sexy Batman or sexy whatever? I mean, obviously because people are dressed as sexy whatevers.
You
What
feel
would
like
be the
you
dumb
feel like
sex-
there's not enough town decorations.
I 100% believe like
Okay.
they could just be like, they could have a budget of $1,000 and just secure corn stalks or pumpkins or spiders for businesses, something. So I'm volunteering for next year to head the decorating committee, and we'll have some of our people that are guests on the show today who are very good at Halloween decorations. Like if we want people to come, we're going to have to keep. It's getting more expensive.
Didn't you just see that clip from T? I don't think we're having a problem getting people to come
I
here
think
for
that
Halloween.
they'll stop coming if we don't show an effort.
Really?
I think so, but I don't. I've been wrong many times before.
And next year Halloween is on a Friday, so we're only probably going to get 3 days of Halloween next
Oh
year.
my God! Only 3 days of Halloween.
I know, that's depressing after what we've already done this week.
I think by
Which was lots
Saturday
and
people are going
lots.
to be burned out anyway.
I'm burnt out already. I had my cabaret show on Monday.
And it was great.
Thank you very much. Thank you for saying that. And then Wednesday was Space Pussy.
All right.
Last night was Halloween. Like, it's already been a full week of fun and entertainment.
How was Space Pussy?
Space Pussy was great. Super packed, super fun. Everybody that sang did an excellent job. I think if I had to pick a favorite, mine was probably Giselle. Giselle did what's that song? I Believe in a Thing Called Love. That really, really high pitched song.
Yeah. By the dark.
Crushed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely demolished that song, which is a very difficult song to sing.
Great.
And Larry Grab was great. He played the flute and sang. And Mike Flanagan made his Space Pussy debut. He played the sax on my Duran Duran song.
Awesome. Which Duran Duran song did you sing?
The Union of the Snake.
Were you dressed as Britney Spears?
No, I was dressed as a snake.
Oh.
I was in a snake onesie. What?
Oh. Slytherin.
I miss having Harrison here, where I could more easily slap him. No, it was a good time.
Good.
But I mean, when's the last time you wore a onesie in public?
Never.
Ever?
No.
I mean, it was sort of revealing, I guess. I was shocked at the number of women who thought it was okay to grab my balls.
Oh, that's gross.
I know. No guys touched me, sadly.
Why would they?
Like, so many women were like, "Oh my God, look at what you're wearing," and I was like, "What the?"
Did you go back at it? Oh, I can't do
No.
those gestures.
You better stop.
stop.
Cancel. He's
Canceled
been
again.
canceled. You can't
Every
cancel
time
somebody
I
that
sit-
keeps getting
Every
canceled.
time
Can
I
you?
sit in this chair.
He's immune to cancellation. Yeah.
Yes, it's like
Right,
touching.
you know what I'm
Ethan's hair.
saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Handsy.
Very handsome.
It was very handsy.
Did you vote?
I didn't vote yet. Did you vote?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Can we talk about questions 1 through 7?
Yes.
How did you vote on them?
I'm not.
Number 1. You don't want to tell people how you voted?
No, here's
You brought it up.
I didn't actually bring up how I voted. I just said I voted. And if you don't know how to vote, you get the little booklet and you read through. You know what? This booklet has all of the state things.
Right.
And then I get to the 2 questions that are 6 and 7, I guess, or 7, or the last 2 on the ballot are local.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, so then I'm like, oh, wait, let me find out what these are about. And I was like, oh, they're not in this booklet. And I was like, how come they're not printed in the booklet? They're like, that's because this is for the state. And you have to know the local things, which I did.
If you aren't up to speed on questions 6 and 7, which are just for Barnstable County, the towns of the Outer Cape out here, question 6 is about the county budget. I don't even fully understand what it's about. And the people interviewed in the paper who like should know what it's about are like, I don't know what this is. Like, people don't even know what it is. Do you understand it?
It said the way the wording thing was, it seemed like people in the legislature made up that thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, if they made it up, it must be fine, right? I voted yes. I'm sorry.
And question 7 is about wind
Oh,
power.
and I totally voted yes on the wind power.
Well, there's dark money
That's
trying to get people to vote no on it.
Oh yeah. All money.
All money's dark? No. Well, this is the thing, is that there are signs on the highway being like, vote no, vote no, vote no.
Protect
And
our shoreline.
if you do that, you're supposed to register with the state if you're going to spend money saying yes or no on something, and nobody knows who's behind these signs.
Oh, shut
Once again,
just people putting up things. They're saying protect our beaches.
Right.
Because look, yes.
You think so?
Yes. All people with views of the shoreline that are like, oh my God, if I see that windmill way in the distance, my property value is going down.
It is important for us to invest in renewable energy. That's how I feel about that.
And here's the thing: every once in a while, a windmill is going to explode.
Explode?
Well, I just mean like there's going to be a failure
Uh-huh.
of the mechanical. The blade, the turbine is going to break. It's going to cause a problem, as does oil spills, as does nuclear power plants melting down, as does just throwing coal smoke into the air. So yes, there will always be an accident with something, but by and far and large, there's always going to be like, oh, that ant got killed by those rays of the solar panel. Sorry, but
So you voted yes, is what you're saying?
Oh, I totally voted yes.
Good.
Julian Sear told us to vote yes, so I do everything Julian Sear said. Julian, we wish you well.
Yes. Senator Sear is running for re-election on Tuesday. That is one of the races that I feel the least amount of anxiety over, I have to say.
I don't know. That other person that's running, that didn't he have the Trump truck
Was
a
that
few
him?
years ago? What's his name?
Christopher Lozon?
No, but then there's the other guy that's running.
Beatty.
Beatty, yes. He was the sponsor of that like Trump truck that came in town a few years
The one that
ago.
Matthew Duvall like tried to rip the
There's
flag
that
off.
one. That was that. And then the guy said that he had a gun.
Yeah.
And he had to do a court statement about all of that. Yeah, that was
Chased him into the alley with a gun.
Chased in the alley with a gun, which was a lie.
He didn't do it?
No, he did. There was no, he said he made a citizen's arrest. If you don't know the story, there was a Trump truck, a local resident here ripped the sign down, and then he went into an alley. I followed him in the alley. So did the person who had some connection to the truck. And, you know,
I forgot that you were in the alley
I
with
was
them.
in the alley because I wanted to make sure nothing went wrong. And basically, he was steered towards the police officer and said, I want this guy arrested because he just damaged my truck. Fairness, he did rip something down. There was an act of vandalism that happened. But the story that went out in the press was that this person did a citizen's arrest with, you know, and he had a gun and it was this whole thing and none of that happened.
I mean, leave it to Mark. If I saw somebody chasing somebody into an alley with a gun, I would go the other way.
No, I wanted to
Mark
make sure that
ran
nothing bad
into the
happened.
alley too.
Yeah. So if you are ever being chased by someone, just look for me. I'll be superhero. Yeah. Very super. What else this week for you?
I mean, what do you got going on this weekend? How much of Spooky Bear are you going to participate in?
Oh, zero.
Zero?
Yeah. Actually, I was at
If the town had hung up one streamer, he would go to something.
Here's the thing. If I went to Tea Dance yesterday with a friend of mine who's in town. He comes just for this last Tea Dance. I was like, it's not even the last Tea Dance. That's next weekend. But, and I was walking around and I looked like the asshole because I was not dressed. And normally I'm like, oh, no one will be dressed up. You know, I don't know why. Because it's Halloween. No one will be dressed up. I don't know. But I was walking around and I was embarrassed that I didn't make any effort as today. So if I go out, I have a costume that I will figure out. I will either be a sexy mailbox or I will be a sexy Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Do you know like Charlie Brown when he has like the holes cut out
Yeah.
like in that thing and they keep saying, I got a rock.
Uh-huh.
And there's that image of him holding the bag in front of him.
Yeah.
And they're looking down. He says, I got a rock. Well, like the Dick in a Box costume, I do like the penis through the thing. So, and with a little sign that says, I got a rock. And you look in the bag and there it is.
You're going to have your dick out?
Well, no, because at my age, unless and it's not going to be a rock. For a
Oh
very
my
long period of
God.
time. So I would either have to do Cavajet, like those guys at the crystal meth parties, of those guys from what's that horrible clothing company?
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Abercrombie and Fitch. Have you heard that story?
What now?
Well, they're sexual harassment. They're being sued. This big thing. It's like a lot of stuff is coming out about it. Of course, the company is being tied into it, and they've tried to rebrand and be like, we're not doing this anymore. And that guy hasn't had any connection to the company for years, so it's not going to really affect the company. But they lived here for a while, and everyone that worked for them had NDAs. But the people that I knew that signed NDAs, Joe Kelly signed an NDA. Do you know who Joe Kelly is? Joe Kelly doesn't give a shit about an NDA he signed. So he would tell me these stories, not here in town when they would do their parties in the Hamptons or wherever it was. Joe and John Vernon worked at these parties, and Joe would tell me the stories. Like bowls of crystal meth, bowls of cocaine, Cavajets, those things you put in your penis to make an erection. Like, and porn stars
long ago was
coming
this?
to perform
How long ago was
on
this?
stages around the property.
When was this?
This was in the 90s.
Oh my
and this was-
God.
yeah,
Oh, when Abercrombie was cool.
right. And when those guys had a house here. And oh, come on, the neighbor. And if you lived near those guys, you knew the stories.
I have heard stories.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
not here yet.
Mhm.
Abercrombie's cool again?
Abercrombie's cool. And evidently so is crystal meth. Which we'll be talking about in a couple weeks when we have our friends on to have a little discussion about meth's ugly rise in town again.
Oh, yes. It is a problem in town right now. And not just in town, but a lot of places.
Yeah.
But wait, Abercrombie's cool again? When did that happen? I just haven't been paying attention to the fashions that teenagers wear since I was one.
What was that? When was that?
When I was in the 90s. I was a teenager in the 90s.
Did you wear Jinkos?
I don't know what that means.
Those giant. You wore Janko jeans. Mackenzie wore Janko jeans.
Mackenzie is a lot younger than I
Definitely
am.
wore Janko jeans. I saw you wearing a pair the other day. Bring
Really?
that back. They were those giant pants that they were always dragging on the ground like a skate rack.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I can picture it
You could
now.
pick like a crop top,
Yeah.
tee with like Jankos. Look at like Gumby.
I didn't have that. I never know.
No,
I didn't wear that.
either, but we watched has anyone ever seen the movie Idle Hands?
No.
Oh my God.
What is it?
It's a horror comedy.
Uh-huh.
It's like mid-90s. Devon Sawa
Uh-huh.
from Final Destination is in it. And he is a genius physical comedian. So it's basically his hand gets possessed by an evil demon, whatever. And it starts killing people. But like the physical things that he does with his hand, I'm like, is it CGI? Like I'm literally he's pulling himself out window. Like he's brilliantly funny as an acrobatic actor in this movie. And it's dumb, but funny. And Paul's like, oh, you're going to love this movie. I was like, this is stupid. Oh, I really like this movie.
You did?
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Rizzo made you watch it?
Rizzo, yes, he makes me watch a lot of things that I don't want to watch.
Do you end up liking them more often than not?
More often than not. But he gets
Thank you,
obsessive
Paul.
about certain types of movies. I'm like, I'm not going to watch a murder mystery with Mrs. Mabel Shaps. You know, like in a small town.
Mabel Shaps?
Well, whatever. It's always like something. He's like,
Miss
oh,
Marple? Is that what you're trying to say?
just like, honey, if you've ever watched British movies, there's like 1,000 detectives running around in small towns in the Hampshires or the North Shires or whatever. The Shires. Oh my God. Who do we have on the show today, too?
Oh my God, it's Mackenzie. He's sitting right over there.
Oh, yeah.
In Austin.
In Austin, yeah.
Our traditional Halloween specialist. Yeah, so in a couple of minutes, we're going to have those guys over, but we should probably do...
Yeah,
that sounds great.
So if you don't know, when it was 85 degrees a couple weeks ago, I went cranberry picking. And here's a little video about that. Hey guys, even if it's not an 80-degree day in October and it's a beautiful fall crisp day, you know what you get to do in your national park, the Cape Cod National Seashore? You can come out and pick cranberries. All you have to do is come through the park, find yourself a little bog, a little patch of these beautiful red-colored plants, and just drag your fingers across the plants, and you have harvested some beautiful little cranberries. Perfect for your fall meals. Pop them in your mouth, eat the raw, or smash them, put them in a bottle of vodka, and you'll have some beautiful cranberry vodka to make yourself some great fall drinks. So I recommend grabbing some friends, taking a hike into the national park, come in and find yourself a cranberry bog, and get to harvesting. Delicious.
Is that your joke?
Yeah.
You said that? I said that. Oh,
Oh, great.
hi.
Welcome back.
That was a struggle. I had to call Sam.
Oh, you
and-
called her.
Mhm.
Okay, that's
I had
what.
to call Sam in Puerto Vallarta. She's up at 6 a.m. I think it's 6 a.m.
It's
there.
early.
Show up.
Who knows? I wasn't sure, but she's an angel. And next week we'll tell you what the fix was, because
Was it simple?
embarrassingly simple.
Just tell us now.
No, there was a button and I had to push it.
Oh, wow. Tech is
It
complicated.
really is. It really is.
That was the technical difficulty. That.
Literally.
Wow.
It was very technical.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, literally. What would we do without lesbians?
How was your week?
It was really good. Last night I went to the Gifford house for Halloween. I was dressed as a cow.
A sexy cow? Did you see him?
I wouldn't say it was sexy. Thank you.
Touch your udders.
I was working. I did recently accept the bar manager position at the Gifford house.
You're telling people?
Yeah. Well, I was like there bartending last night, so I literally just because it was way busier than we thought it was going to be, because we figured Thursday night people wouldn't be in town yet, but it was so slammed, and they were like, oh, we should have a bartender on this bar, and I was like, okay. I was like, I took this job so I didn't have to do this anymore.
You thought you would be a bar manager without bartending anymore?
Not my first day, but it was fun, and I realized that I hadn't bartended in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
How was it?
It was tough. A lot of people were ordering beer, and I kept using my fingernail. And can you see like that little red bit right there?
Yeah.
It's because I peeled my fingernail off.
Oh.
And it hurts. But it was really cute. Gifford House was so great. We spent the week decorating. Steve is so good at that. The whole crew came in, and it's pretty wild looking in there. Tonight is Fag Bash. What the Hex, I think is the theme.
Mhm.
And then tomorrow night is the underwear party,
Mhm.
and I will be there.
Are there things happening on Sunday?
The only thing I'm because I'm immersed in Gifford House now, there is a, what is it called? Grunty. It's like a purgatory tea party from like 2 to 5, I think.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, hosted and DJ'd by Boober Banks.
Oh, Boomer's back.
Boomer Banks.
Oh, stop it. Don't
Yeah.
ever do that again.
It's Halloween.
No, I hate that. Please don't.
What
Sorry,
else did
Boomer.
I do this week? I did trivia. I didn't think I was going to be behind the camera at all, but I figured I would come tell you about some stuff. So I didn't like write down what I did this week. What did I do this week? I know I talked about it last week, but it was the finale of Agatha All Along, just before Halloween. It was really great, and there was kind of a landmark moment. 2 women making out on camera in a Disney show, which I think is huge, amazing. And it wasn't like they look at each other and they start leaning in and it cuts away. It was like a good 5 seconds of making out.
Really?
Yeah.
The woke lesbian agenda.
Yeah. And spoiler alerts, it was Aubrey Plaza and Catherine Hahn.
Wow.
Which, yeah,
Right.
I imagine that does it for a lot of people.
Yeah. Even the ones who say they hate that kind of stuff.
Oh, definitely. But it was a really fun show. If you have time this winter, give it a watch. It's queer, it's witchy.
Mhm.
We love that. You're wearing Agatha's color.
Aubergine.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
Fun.
Yeah.
So wait, when did you start at the Gifford House?
I've been starting over the past couple of weeks, but just kind of like getting in there and like assessing, figuring out where things are, kind of thing. And then this past week, I went in and did a little project. Basically, the thing is, I didn't want to go in and like do too much right before. This is kind of their last busy weekend. It's the last weekend that the club is open. So I didn't want to like change anything. I was like, let's let it ride. They can do it the way they've been doing it this whole time. And then I'm going to change everything. I'm just kidding.
No, he's not kidding.
No,
He's not kidding.
I am kidding.
Wasn't Steve Azar just on the CNN
He
website?
was. So CNN did a story about hotels leaning into like the hauntedness of their hotels and the spookiness in order to like get people to come. And Steve Azar was, can you sign for that?
He was
Steve Azar was pictured along with the Gifford House in there.
advertising it as a haunted hotel.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I don't know if y'all know Steve, but Steve is very spiritual. And just like at the Red Ends, like we have our ghosts there at the Gifford House, and
Mhm.
we're friends. And
Really?
he leans into it. Aren't you friends with
Emily? I wouldn't say we're friends. She's left me alone by and
Yeah,
large.
That's a friendly ghost.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, how many ghosts are at the Gifford House?
I'm sure a few.
Do you know their names?
Not yet.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
sure I will. Steve was so stressed about the decorations, and I'm like, girl, this is a haunted house. You don't have to do anything.
Right.
And then he did a lot. It's really cool. Yeah.
I need to go by this weekend.
Yeah, if you're scared of clowns, just be warned.
Okay.
Mike Ackerman on his way back from QS brought a couple full-size, life-size, scary clowns that are like animatronics.
Ooh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring Eric by. Eric's terrified of clowns.
That's so nice of you.
It's fun. It's Halloween fun.
Yeah. But your show went well. I saw Brittany was there.
Yes.
How'd it go?
Brittany is an angel. So we recreated the opening sequence of Scream 1. I was Drew Barrymore. Brittany was Ghostface. And then after she stabbed me to death and got blood all over the place, we sang "What Have I Done to Deserve This" by the Pet Shop Boys. But like nobody knew who was under the Ghostface mask until the Dusty Springfield part of the song came up, and then Brittany pulled her mask off, and they went wild.
Was
It
she
was
singing before that? No.
Yeah.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not many people in this town can sing like that.
I know.
So-
It was really, really fun, and like my favorite beginning that we've ever done for one of those shows.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Brittany, for being there and helping me pull that off, literally.
Sunday night, I also went over to Brian Walsh and Tim Bitch's house.
Huh?
It was Brian Walsh's birthday. It was really cute. Just
Yeah.
a fun little gathering. Brian Walsh is one of my favorite people here in town, so I was happy to go celebrate him. Another thing I did last night was I was part of Peter Toto's show.
How was that?
It was called Scary Stories
Uh-huh.
to Tell in the Dark.
Yeah.
It was really cute. It was me, Eden, Todd, Noble, who works at Joe Coffee,
Uh-huh.
and Peter, and it was really awesome. We had a packed house. They're just so fun.
Was that his last show?
No, he's going to continue them monthly through the winter.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you should get in on one. They're really cute. Basically, Peter writes sketches, and then he just gives you the script. You read through it a few times, and you perform it. So it's very easy, script in hand.
Mhm.
And Peter is hilarious.
Comic genius.
Yeah. Ethan was our tech guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun.
Excellent.
He
Wait,
hated air
once a
quotes.
month?
Once a month through the winter.
Like on the last Thursday of the month or something?
I don't know.
It was last night?
It was last night.
Okay.
But it's always a free show. Donations accepted. The last one we did all went to a Palestinian children's fund, which was awesome. I think Peter put it in his pocket this time, which is perfect.
Where does the show happen?
In the Gifford House and the Wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'm bummed if I forgot anything, but I think that has to be it.
Yeah, let's move on then.
Yeah.
What's the weather looking like this weekend?
Yeah.
I bet Sean is happy to tell us. Take it away, Sean.
Good morning, guys. It's a beautiful Halloween day here in Provincetown, and I am reporting from in front of the boat slip to kick off the highly anticipated Spooky Bear weekend. But before we dive into all the excitement, let's take a look at the weather. Friday will bring mild temperatures with some clouds, gusty winds, and a possible stray shower, but not to worry. Sunshine and cooler temperatures return just in time for Saturday and Sunday, setting the stage for a spectacular weekend. Now, a quick note on tides. We have a new moon today, which means high tides will occur around noon and again at midnight, but it won't be anything dramatic, so your late night Halloween activities are a go. Woof. This new moon in Scorpio brings the time for fresh beginnings, a moment to reevaluate and reconnect with what we truly feel called to devote ourselves to. Let's embrace the spirit this weekend. As for festivities, Provincetown is buzzing. The Boat Slip hosts Dog Tag Tea this afternoon, so grab your gear and report for duty starting at 4. Tomorrow, don't miss extended hours of spooky tea running until 9 p.m. It's the last mega party of the season, and everyone will be in costume on the Boat Slip's iconic deck. And finally, Sunday wraps up with solid gold tea, followed by s'mores around the fire pit at the Buoy Bar right behind me. A couple of quick reminders. Daylight savings time ends tomorrow, so remember to set your clocks back an hour and enjoy the extra time. And due to Spooky Bear weekend extended past Halloween, parking rules are still in effect through Sunday, with relaxed parking beginning on Monday. Have a fantastic Spooky Bear weekend. For those of you in town, I will see you out and about everywhere. Guys, back to you at the brewery.
All right, here we are.
Hey, thank you for that very informative and accurate weather report, Sean, and for wearing that tiny white Speedo on camera.
We didn't have weather this week. I did see and Lucinda Liphole's show last night.
Yeah.
And
How was Lucinda Liphole?
Lucinda Liphole is great. Yeah, I mean,
I love her.
And without the accent, no,
Uh-huh.
it's Brett talking for an hour like the most ridiculous stream of consciousness nonsense. But it was really fun. He had a good house. So
Good.
I was very happy
excellent.
for him, and he was very happy too.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Perfect.
All right. Well, welcome. Our favorite Halloween haunter spook,
The evil weenie, Halloweenie,
The Wicked Wiener.
the wicked wiener.
the wicked wiener of the East.
Tell me about this haunted tour.
Yes. So this year, Adam Berry of Ghost Hunters and Kindred Spirits, as well as Kathy Kelly of Paranormal Asbury Park, got together and decided to set up a paranormal operation up here.
Mhm.
So we're planning 3 different haunted tours. We have a paranormal center opening up.
Really?
Oh yeah, seances, haunted artifacts, you name it. We can be followed on Paranormal Provincetown on all the social medias.
3 tours. When are they?
Well, they're varying times. We have a ghost tour, we have a new American Horror Story tour,
Uh-huh.
and eventually we're planning a graveyard walkthrough.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So,
That's spooky.
and on top of that, I'm working at the high school too with the charity haunt.
Yeah.
They gave me a small army of children to teach how to scare people, and it is a life dream come true.
And is that a fundraiser for the theater department?
The
Am I
theater
correct?
department with Megan Amaris,
Yes.
and we're having a heck of a time designing how to terrify anybody who walks into that place. That'll be a good time.
It's real good.
Yeah, it's real good.
Are you involved as well?
I am.
Awesome.
I am. I won't say exactly how, but just come enjoy, and you can't miss me.
What time is that?
That is going to be Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Mhm.
And we're already at a point where we're making plans for year 2, year 5. How can we make it bigger? So
I went last year. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I love that you guys are doing
Look,
this.
it's supporting our local friend, Megan Emerycy, and those kids, and making sure they have a good theater springtime musical, which we always have them on every year for that as well. So that'll be fun.
Has she mapped out what she wants to do next spring for a musical?
I don't know if I'm at liberty to say.
You do know.
I know, she told me. It's not a big secret.
What is it?
Huh?
What is
It's Something's Rotten.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Something's Rotten. So she got all of it. So the Renaissance Revolution costumes, she put a big thing out, and she was like, "Hey, if you have costumes that go with this time period," and I saw the donation box, and it was full of like ruffs and all the stuff that everybody bought off of Amazon to wear with a T-shirt.
Mhm.
Like she's like got her costume budget.
I don't know
she's gonna have,
Something
like,
Rotten.
it's a spoof of Shakespeare plays.
Sounds right.
Shakespeare, Works of Shakespeare Bridge, or
No. It's a musical, but it takes place in oldie times. And she said she's having to teach kids like vaudeville stuff, which is not something that kids know today. Like very few people like your age know that. I mean, unless you were like really digging deep into the theater history, like kids know Rent and from Rent forward, now,
Right.
So they don't know like old school like yuckity yuck
Right.
kind of comedy. So she's having to teach that to kids.
That's fun.
Yeah. So and it's like old school like Hollywood or Broadway musical fonts.
I want to get back to this haunted tour
Yeah.
because you know about the ghosts of the Gifford House.
Yeah, so I don't want to give away content from the tour, but
Okay.
I will say that all of the stories I tell are from the last 2 years, because when you buy a place and you begin renovations, things wake up.
That's when they wake up. That's
Things
what
wake
happened at the Red Inn in 2011 when they did this major renovation of the building. That's when Emily started whispering in people's ears.
Ooh.
Yep, and
I know. It's like, it's spooky. She was saying, "Can you hear me?" Like 10 different employees in that first spring that I worked at the Red Inn, right after the renovation was completed, were like, "Did you hear that? Somebody just whispered, 'Can you hear me?'" And then that's when they called in the medium, and the person was like, "There is a ghost here. Her name is Emily. She was the original owner of this house. You have to put a rocking chair in this guest room. You have to make sure these 2 doors are always closed. You have to hang a sign that says Emily up."
Design specific.
It was it was very specific. And as soon as they did all of the things that the medium told them to do, it stopped happening.
Wow.
Who was the medium that they hired?
I don't remember. I wasn't privy to all that. And I was like, "David, are you going to tell people that this place is haunted?" And he was like, "We're not putting it on the brochure." I
Why
was like,
not?
"Why not?"
It's
Now
good-
everyone is
it's
putting
a
it on the
good selling
brochure.
point.
I know. I love the Azars all over the internet talking
yeah.
about how haunted it is.
well, the thing about P-Town, no matter where you go, where you visit, where you shop, drink, party, stay, always ask the ownership and the staff about the ghosts, because every square foot of this town is haunted.
Hmm.
We can all attest to that. A lot of weird stuff going on out
Oh,
here.
there's
Absolutely.
like a famous ghost at local.
Really? Oh, right. The little girl.
Esther.
Esther.
She was one of the owners, and the rumor is she missed a key step at the top of the stairs down at the bottom, and they put a big portrait of her at the bottom of the stairs when you walk in, and according to many, she is still in that building, very much.
Wait, I'm confused. What is there a little girl ghost anywhere in town?
All over the place, but maybe not that building.
Okay. Right here.
She said next to the No, that was a different town.
I mean, there's no steps at church.
There's a couple steps down.
Yeah.
Be anyway.
Oh yeah, so people fall down. What's the most haunted place in town?
Most haunted, yeah, honestly, Rose and Crown Guest House.
Really?
I ran it for 5 years, and it's like living the Poltergeist movie.
Can confirm.
Yeah, we have found bones under one of the structures. There's a cat, a child, something creepy in a downstairs room. We have the ghost of Preston Babbitt, who used to own the property and huge contributor to many local programs. He gets seen a few times a year.
I love it.
How
Yeah.
long does the tour last?
So the tour itself is about 75 minutes.
Mhm.
We start at the UU Church and then wind our way down to about Perry's Liquors. And it's a mix of historical facts, reported hauntings, and my own little twist of let's scare people who pay me money to do it. So
Mhm.
it's a good time.
I think that what people I think that with Anne and other people, Billy Huff is doing a walking tour.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
walking tours now are a great way for people to have an experience, which people are like more into these days. Like if I'm going to spend money doing something, am I going to go have 2 drinks in a bar? Or am I going to spend money doing this, walking around? And if it's done with humor, and if it's done with history, and if it's done with whatever, like people love it. People love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's the same thing with the Dune tours. Like you're telling stories about town. You're doing the Dune tours too with Topless.
Yeah, we got a whole
Yeah.
tour group here.
Yeah. So it's just like a new way for people to be exposed to town and town people, and you're performing like.
And it's the most unique stage I've ever played.
Yeah.
And at the top of the tour, my number one warning is please know that the locals can and will mess with this tour. Just make peace with it. But if we're lucky, locals will tell us their stories, or Mackenzie will pop out behind the bush in full drag, scare the heck out of everybody.
Carrying the torch. So back in the day, you know, there used to be that Winthrop Street haunted house where every
Yes.
house participated. And I miss that, where like everybody got together to put on a spooky event for people to come and see. So thank you guys for doing all this.
Well, and even David Flower, who used to produce his own haunts out here, endorsed this haunt. So he was very sweet to purchase a bunch of tickets for us to give away. But the big haunts out in San Francisco are saying, hey, keep good thing going. And
Right.
it's looking like a good time. We're feeling good.
And I know Halloween is a big season for you guys. Are you is it a sleepy time for you starting on Monday?
Monday's gonna be great.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on Saturday? Don't you don't you have a thing Saturday?
Booked and blessed, babe. Yeah, tonight you can actually catch me at Fag Bash. I'll be performing a little
Excellent.
haunted ditty, and then Saturday, that's tomorrow. We're back for Zombie Drag Brunch 2, y'all. I'm so excited. It is now an annual phenomenon. Last year we had a sold out show, 2 sold out shows over at the Crown and Anchor, and we are pretty much sold out for this one. I think there's a few tickets left at onlyatthecrown.com. But Zombie Drag Brunch 2, I have Austin Tyler involved, as well as Hunter Love, one of our favorite famous drag kings here in town. And then I'm bringing one of my spooky ghouls from Brooklyn, New York, Miss Venus. She'll be in tonight. She is a force. You just can't help but like watch her and want to give her money.
Incredible.
And this year I've taken a little 420 flavor and I've written an actual show. So it's not just kind of a variety brunch show. Like Mackenzie stumbles into a haunted house surrounded by zombie party guests. She can't get out. And will she survive through the end of brunch? It's quite it's so exciting. You'll have to come see.
2 shows?
2 shows. We have 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you can catch us at the haunt that night.
Oh my God, you're going to be really busy tomorrow.
So
Oh,
excited.
yeah.
And then Sunday's last day of Pop and Dutch. You can come see me looking real tired, but I'll be fine.
I'll come to somebody else. I just had a stroke. Well, I
Literally stroke.
literally
out.
did stroke. I missed. I'm doing a great job being here.
So good.
Great, sweetie.
Doing great. No, continue.
Do you guys have big plans this winter? What are you doing for fun?
Well, you're working on a little something for April, aren't you?
Yeah.
Little tiny project?
I may already have the 420 show written for this.
Already?
I was so jazzed after last year, and I just kept going with so many ideas, and then I've kind of wheeled it down to a couple of ideas, and now I have one solid one that is absolute wonderment. It's our 5th year, but more details on that. I'm sure I'll be on the show later, but yeah, I'll be prepping with that. We have Drag Race coming back, and then I'm gonna go to New York for a little while too.
How long is a little while?
Just a couple weeks here and there.
What about, how's your off season looking?
Slow, quiet, and gorgeous.
Isn't that nice?
It is. You know, the thing about living in P-Town is you work like crazy for 6 or 7 months, and then you just recharge. Repeat twice a year, you know? So
Will the tours continue after this Halloween weekend?
that's a
or,
great
like-
question. Thank you so much. So instead of just doing Halloween season, if people book or they want to do a private tour, they can reach out to us at provincetownparanormal.com or ptownparanormal.com. I apologize. And any time of year, if the weather's not too terrible and y'all want to get freaked out, we're here for you.
Oh, Christmas Ghost.
That is actually something we're discussing.
Really?
We're
Yeah, why
talking
not?
about doing a Christmas ghost horror story pub crawl. Is in the works.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, so you know, get a couple of drinks, get a couple horror stories.
So go back to the center.
The center.
So there's going to be a paranormal center in town.
Yes. So
and where will this be?
So it's going to be over on Conwell, and it's going to feature haunted artifacts from Kathy Kelly's collection down in Asbury Park.
Okay.
As well as a central seance space. So if I'm not mistaken, we already have a sold out event for November 14th. Cool. And so, if the whole town is haunted, let's talk with them.
So is
Right.
it? It's in it's in a liquor store.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. Now I remember seeing a sign. I'm like, oh, I love
It's got
that
our
there's-
big insignia and an 1800 dress in the window, just as scary as it ought to be.
And so that event is sold out. When's the next one after that?
We're going to make sure everybody survives the first one,
Okay.
and then we'll work on a second one.
Ooh, I love this. It is a scary place all year. I mean, this place is deeply haunted. It's a very historical town that we live in. And I know that we're going to get an opportunity to be scared well after Halloween.
Well, I don't care how much you spent on your $17 million home that you got renoed and you ripped the walls out. Someone was laid out there. And I don't mean like punched or they were laid out in a parlor dead, because that's what you did back in the day. If your house is old enough, somebody was there for 3 days laid out for visitation.
Gross.
That's how it worked.
Really?
Yeah, of course. You
Ew.
want to be even more uncomfortable?
Yes.
I love it.
So the most nerve-wracking tour I gave involved Sherry Prada from the DPW, because she knows the town's history, she knows the town, and she does not suffer BS. So I explained how when Provincetown was first populated, buildings all over the place, no order. Eventually, they put the town planning in place, Commercial Street, Bradford, and cut-throughs. And so they picked up the houses and moved them to be more orderly. But in a takeout of the movie Poltergeist,
Exactly.
they moved the houses and they never moved the bodies. So you think you're in a beautiful summertime. So you think you're in a beautiful summertime village, but you are walking in arguably one of the Northeast's largest graveyards. Every
Watch
time
your
they
step.
fix the road, do sewer work, pick up a house, there are bodies found almost constantly around.
Really?
I
Oh, yeah.
remember there was one at cruise quarters. There was this old story, like when they did one remodel or they dug up something in the yard or whatever, and this rumor went around that they had to stop construction because they found a skeleton wearing a beaded dress and a wig.
That's where I left.
How
that.
is Thirsty?
OMG.
And I was like, that makes no sense, but I love that idea. But also, if you bury someone in your yard, there's a tax write-off involved. That like you are now technically you have to get a permit to do it and whatever. But like if you had somebody buried in your yard and it was consecrated, there's like a whole thing. There is a guest house in town that has a tax break, rumored, because somebody was purposely buried on the property, and they're getting like a partial. This is a.
Isn't that like Trump buried Ivanka?
Yes, that is why Trump buried Ivanka on the golf course so that they could get a tax break.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Yeah. So there is a place in town that is rumored that someone was buried on the premises.
You don't want to say which guest
I
house.
don't, because I don't. Unlike you, Bob, I don't tell. False. You love a good rumor, and they're
Ragamuffin.
almost always incorrect.
That is not true. I am 99 out of 100 this year on rumors. I only helped disseminate one thing that turned out to be false.
Which one was that?
Yeah,
Remind
what
me.
was that?
I rescinded it. I took it back. We're not talking about it anymore unless you tell us which guest house you're talking about.
No, I can't.
That's what I thought.
Because yes.
Read a book, man. You guys, thank you so much for being
Thank you
here.
so much for having
Come
us.
check out their events this weekend. If there's even a ticket left. I want to come to brunch tomorrow. Come. Do you want to come to brunch?
Do I want to go to brunch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. There are lots of spooky things going on throughout town. If you aren't here, get here. If you are here, check out the websites for all the various. There's lots of people that have swooped in on their broomsticks to do their witch shows and whatever. Enjoy everything that the town has to offer for this weekend.
Happy Spooky Bear, everybody.
Yeah.
Don't forget to vote on Tuesday if you haven't already voted.
Speaking of spooky, God.
Did you guys vote already?
Yeah.
Voted already.
Already?
I'm going in this week.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I mean, God knows what. Next week will be a very fun show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, today's the last. I think today might be the last day to
Early vote.
early vote. So if you haven't early voted and you want to early vote, you've got to go today. And it's downstairs in the main, like where the offices are. It's not in the auditorium.
Oh,
Yeah, just for this early voting.
Oh,
'Cause,
okay.
Yeah, and then Tuesday, join the line with everybody else. Hopefully.
Yeah. Make a plan to vote. And if you do wait until Tuesday, it's never that many people at once.
Right, we only have less than 3,000 registered voters. I'm sure most of them are.
I've never waited more than like 5 minutes to
And-
vote.
Just a word of warning, Jumpy. I walked in wearing my Harris Waltz hat, and and I read the little sign out front that says, no campaign
Oh.
here, so don't wear your Trump T-shirt to town hall when you go to vote, unless it has a big. No, you can't even do no protest, nothing with any political slogans on it. Is
Good to
technically
know. They made
allowed.
you take it off?
No, I saw the sign and I put it away.
Okay.
But yeah, you're not allowed to do that. So.
Good to know. Make a plan. Get out and vote.
Yeah, make a plan. Ethan voted, and I want to give a big congratulations. We are so proud of Ethan. Ethan is going to college. Woo! Ethan is someone who, when we first met him, we brought him into the team. It was a summer of SAS. You've both seen him and met him, and I have not met anyone who is so motivated to make improvements that they feel are going to make their life better. And we're so proud
Good
of
job.
Ethan for that.
Good
So-
job.
They grow up so fast.
Oh my God. And it's free. If you want to go to college, if you in the off season, go to classes. It is free in the state of Massachusetts to go to community college.
Really?
Yeah. Remember being bitches about our taxes here. We have good shit here. One of the best healthcare systems, which we complain about, but try being in Ohio.
Stop this. Waving it around.
But no, we do pay a lot of taxes, but we do get benefits from them. And one of
Yes.
them is free community college. So if you want to take a class, sign up. Ethan's going to the January session, and he's very excited. What are you studying, Ethan?
Performing.
Oh, so
Work.
Saying,
I want to take classes there.
I know.
No on 5, by the way. Vote no on question 5 if you're in Massachusetts. What? Oh, no, we haven't done that yet.
No.
Well, we'd like to thank our sponsors, the Provincetown Business Guild, the Provincetown Brewing Company, the Crown and Anchor, the Shipwreck at the Brass Key, the Boat Slip, the
PTV.
PTV.
Yes, and
P-Town Tourism.
And we really thank you. Thanks for putting up with our technical issues. And thanks for having you guys on. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for
today.
having us.
And,
Thank you for waking up in Provincetown.
wherever you are.
And we will see you next Friday. We barely did it.
Good morning, everybody. Wake up
Wake up, wake up.
in Provincetown.